Welcome to Kodiak Rider Recap. This is Groundhog Cross 2025. Day one, it's a 2-day event. Both days are part of the CCC. This is in Woodstock, Illinois. It's called Groundhog because that is where the movie Groundhog Day was filmed. Emmerson Park, and we're off. Had front row start thanks to my CCC points. This is day one. We're going to go counterclockwise. Day two, we'll go clockwise. All right, so we're coming up to the whole shot. About sixth there, but I get past Omar, so we're fifth. So that was a good start. This has a lot of punchy hills. It has some good off camber. It's usually a little bit more slippery. Oh, Omar gets past me. Oh, and there's another guy. So here's another off camber. There was actually pretty good grip on this day. Boom. Ooh, there's a hole right there. There's a bunch of holes in this course. So then we're heading over to this steep hill. Really had to punch it to kind of keep your position. Luckily, the back wheel wasn't really slipping, so that was good. There was a decent amount of traction. There's Mark Cattrall. So there's coming up to the off camber. We're going up. Well, now we're going down. And this is a mild off camber. Not so bad. It's plenty of grass to pedal on. And then we're going to go up. So the next day, day two, that'll be a little bit more tricky as we go down. So we're doing good. I'm doing okay here. I'm here with the group. So just trying to kind of keep my position. You can see on the left there, that's the whole back of the trail. So there's a bunch of people back there, so I'm doing okay. And look how a little whoosh there. I was always a little tentative there. And you see we're on a slight off camber. And then this part, you could slip a little bit, the back tire. And then, of course, the barriers. There's a new park there on the right. They just built this whole fancy park. So that was nice. I had to run extra far on that section after the barriers because with that turns, I just couldn't hop on right away. So anyway, so I'm on a wheel, so I'm happy with that. There's some gaps falling and creating in front, so as long as I'm on a wheel, I'll be okay. Boom, there's another hole right there. So last year the barriers were right here. Thankfully, they are not. That was rough coming up that hill and then trying to do the barrier. There were some good swooping turns here. When you pre-ride, when you're going a lot slower, these hills were a lot harder. It felt like I was up at Trek, which is a killer course. These actually weren't too bad. I mean, you can see Mark, he's out of the saddle. It's punchy. It's not easy. And on the bottom, you can see the numbers. I finally figured out how to do that. Here's a 35-plus guy I'm catching up to. So if you want to look at any of the numbers, powers on the right, etc. So I got past the 35-plus, which is, pretty standard throughout these races. You pick up one or two every once in a while. So I'm trying to kind of keep everybody in range here. You just kind of do some swoops. And then here's kind of a few U-turns. We'll show a little incident later on one of these swoops. I'm going to show the entire first lap. Oh, broken tape. Somebody broke the tape already. Those crazy 35-plus guys in front of us, probably. You can see the people back there in the orange. That's Jack. We're going to see him later. Right now, I am ahead of Steve and I'm ahead of Chris, which is pretty exciting. I'm usually ahead of Chris early, but he always seems to pass me. The one time I've actually beaten him was on this course, and that was last year. So we'll see what happens today. All right. So again, a pretty flowy course. It's not a lot of just dead stops on these horrible corners. There you go, nice little swoopy turn. On the one side, we have the off camber of the course. On the other side, which we're heading towards now, is the woods. That says some good punchiness, some nice downhills, and thank goodness for disc brakes, and they worked perfectly. We were able to keep speed going down, and then hit the brakes without flying over handlebars. Steve is actually on Canties, which is pretty crazy. But be able to maintain the grip with the brakes on that. So okay, here's this guy's in my race. He passed me earlier. I want to get past him, but I don't think I want to do it before. So he might slow me up by half a second going through these woods. But the woods are fun. It's more or less single track. There's some places to pass, but there's enough turning. It's hard to get by people unless they're just going really slow. I went way too wide on that corner. But I'm going to do okay going down. Yeah, I always took that turn really well. Hit the brakes. All right, I'm going to get past him now. All right, so I can see people in front of me. Don't know if they're 35 plus or not. Well, I see orange up there, so that's Cattrall. I felt good coming up these. I was punchy. I didn't have it in the legs warm up. I didn't feel great, but I was strong. I tend to do well on those short, punchy climbs. Maybe I'm a classics rider. All right, so now we're exiting. This area right here has always been really bumpy and rooty or something, but for some reason, it was fine this time. So, all right, so, okay, there's orange up front and 3 other guys, so try to pick them off if I can. You know, that's the dream anyway. So this is Omar right in front of me. And then number 15, okay, he's 35 plus, so I'm going to try to get past him. All right, that works. So I'm sticking on Omar right now. Try to get past him. Am I going to get it? Yes. 27. He's also in our race. So he's 55 plus. So good, nice turn. Now I've got orange Cattrall to try to catch on. So now this is just a huge power section. This is going to take us to the start-finish line, going around the baseball field here. All right. So we're going to finish this first lap, and then we're going to skip around, show some of the more interesting parts. Oh, look at that. Hey, I think that's Craig Springborn. I think he actually wins the race. I think he was stuck at the back or second or third row, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, he flew past me, as you can tell. All right, blue tent on the left. That's the referee's tent to start finish line. So that is lap 1. It's going to be a 5-lap race today. All right, so there's a wheel on the right. Who is that? Nope, that's Jack. All right, Jack started second or third row, so he's finally getting past. Very strong. He finishes 4th on the day. Spoiler alert. So he took that nice right line, that high line. I had trouble with that. I always ended up going low. You can see he's taking his foot out right here. Trying tripod. I did not do that, so I was happy with that. Didn't have to spend any time trying to clip in. All right, so we're going to skip ahead just a little bit. Jack's in front of me. And I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen here, but I think his wheel's just going to slip out. So there's a short little steep place right before the barriers, and bam, he's down. Man down, he said. So, yeah, I made up a place. All right, so jump over the barriers, and then we keep moving on. All right, a little bit farther in lap 2. Jack didn't waste any time. He's back past me now. So I know Jack's fast. I'm going to try to keep his wheel best I can. He took that corner really well. He took it fast, although it was on the inside. I went wide and tried to carry more speed. So I'm not too far behind him right now with that turn. All right, okay, here's Omar a little bit later. He's passing me. He's trying to pass me on the uphill, but we get to this flat section, which benefits me. He's a much smaller rider than me, so I powered on the flat section. All right, so gonna go again. Oh, look at that, it's Omar. He likes to ride on the drops. It looks like it's a really high handlebar. But yeah, he's riding on the drops all the time. Omar is usually, well, he's always a top 10 rider. All right, here's Omar right there, just passed. We're going to see him in 2 seconds. He's on the ground. He hit the stake, and he tried to put the stake back in, and Strelacky's over there. He's like, no, leave it. And I'm like, no, dude, you knock it off. You got to put it back in. So I'm not sure if he had any mechanical issues, but he finished about 35 seconds behind me at the end of the race. So I stayed ahead of him the rest of the way. So I was excited about that. All right. Going slow. That is Dave Towner. Keep that pink jersey in mind for the rest of the race. So he's pretty strong. I think he's beaten me almost every race, if not every race. So he went through, and boy, that's already a big gap. But I do pretty good. So we're going to jump ahead, heading into the woods. I actually kind of closed down a little bit. I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, this tree right here, bam. Every time I hit my helmet on some low-lying branch. Drove me nuts. And you just had to take that line, so you stuck your head a little bit, and you still hit it. All right, so 1/1002. So I'm only 2 seconds behind him. So it's a matter of just kind of keeping through, pushing through the corners, trying not to break too much. I am riding the Flandrians, the Challenge Flandrians today, which is in between the intermediate and the medium mud. So I need as much grip as I can, so I'm giving up a little bit of rolling resistance. This is probably a day for the intermediates, smoother tire, but I'd rather not fall and go slower than fall and go a little faster some of the time. All right, so I had almost caught up to him in that corner, and we're going up the hill, getting closer. I just wanted to show through these woods. This is a great hill. You had to go down the right side. They spray painted, you can see some of those roots white. The best line was on the right, which sets you up perfectly for the exit on the left. All right, again, keep the pink in mind. All right, so we're going to go ahead a little bit. So we're down to 2 seconds again. He had extended it a little bit at one point, but we're still there. This is the power section. He's a big, strong guy. All right. See, right there, less than a second, I got up to him. I wish I could have powered through, gotten past him, but it's not happening here. And spoiler alert, it doesn't happen. Ugh, that is a real steep part right there. Getting past him. See, that's the trick. You got to make sure you get past the people before they block you. Most people are pretty good, especially if they're going that slow. All right. In pink, he just went through the frame. We're going into the last lap here, I think. And I just want to show through the woods. He was 5 seconds ahead of me, maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds ahead. I'm going to try to track him down. Pushing through. My goal was to try to keep him close in the woods and then push hard in the power section afterwards. Let's see how I do. I love that corner. I felt like I did really well in that corner. I was running 23 PSI in the front, 24 in the back. I've been going down a little bit. I started the year at 24 and 26, and I've been trying to keep it down for better grip. That's Walter up here.
I'm gonna go right. I'm going right.
I'm yelling at Walter. Get it? I'm telling him I'm coming. Telling him I'm going to try to pass him on the right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. Appreciate it. All right, so Towner is not anywhere in front of me. Where is he? All right, there he is. So we have 3, 2, 3, 4. All right, 5 seconds in front of me. So I'm going to get closer as we go through these couple of turns. But it's, spoiler alert, it's just not going to be enough. So this was a really good race. I finished 8th overall. I finished ahead of Steve and ahead of Chris, which, by over 30 seconds, which makes it super exciting for me. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. So we're down to 3 seconds. So I pulled that back 2 seconds, and I'm trying like, all right, let's go, push, push. But he's got a big engine, and he just started pushing himself. It's a power section. You can see my power watch. It's a little bit off here as far as exactly when I started the buttons and everything. So I'm trying to push, and we're going to get to the final. So anyway, this is Groundhog Cross. Day 1, it's green. Spoiler alert for day 2, it will not be green. So this is the final. I did make the podium on the Cat 4-5. Second step, Jack was first, Steve was third. So thanks for everybody for watching. And Groundhog Day number 2 will hopefully be coming up soon.